to Let's Get Cooking Healthy and Delicious, episode 6. Today we're going to be discussing a plant-based diet. I'm Daniella. Let's get started. So what is a plant-based diet and what does it refer to? Plant-based diet means maximizing the intake of fruits and vegetables and limiting the consumption of meat, eggs, and dairy. Now, we are not confusing a plant-based diet with a vegetarian diet because vegetarian diets don't have any meat, eggs, or dairy, and a plant-based diet can include them, just limits them. The health benefits of eating more plants is widespread. A plant-based diet has been shown to reduce the risk of some cancers, cognitive disorders, arthritis, heart disease, high blood pressure, and diabetes. Plant-based diets are rich in something called polyphenols, which are micronutrients in plant foods. And they can delay the development of dementia in people over the age of 65. So what foods are recommended on a plant-based diet? Well, fruit is one, vegetables is another, leafy vegetables, root vegetables like sweet potatoes, squash, legumes fit into a plant-based diet. Things like chickpeas, lentils, edamame. They're also a wonderful source of protein. Seeds are wonderful on a plant-based diet. Chia seeds, hemp seeds, flax seeds. Nuts, walnuts, macadamia nuts, pistachios, almonds, and whole grains like buckwheat, oats, whole grain bread, rye, and brown rice. Several important benefits of a plant-based diet have been mentioned already. One of them is decreasing inflammation, and there's an environmental benefit as well. Specifically, reducing arthritis and arthritic pain, which is caused by inflammation. Osteoarthritis seems to be something that happens a lot with aging. And a plant-based diet in a small study showed that people who ate a plant-based diet had less pain and less inflammation. Plant-based diets have also been shown to reduce cholesterol in those with an increased risk of heart disease or higher cholesterol levels. We're going to get started today with a plant-based recipe. It's going to include lentils, which are legumes, and it's going to include vegetables, which are also plant-based. Let's get started. For this recipe, we're going to need an olive oil, crushed red pepper, cumin, chili powder. Cilantro is optional, a bit of chopped lettuce for the toppings, an onion, a clove of garlic, any can of lentils, a taco, hard or soft, and optional is a bit of salsa or some salt. Start by mincing and chopping your garlic and onion. So I'm going to remove the skin from my garlic. I'm going to simply put it into my garlic press, and I will have this sitting for about 10 minutes to maximize the health benefits of the garlic. When you let garlic sit and oxidize for 5 or 10 minutes, it releases a compound called allicin, which is really healthy. And I'm going to chop my onion. You can just dice it. This is a shallot that I'm using, but any yellow or white onion will do for this recipe. So I'm just going to get the outer layer off. I will dice my onion. My onion and garlic is ready for this recipe. Next thing we're going to do in this recipe is we're going to open a can of lentils, any canned lentils, and I'm going to put it in a strainer and rinse it through with water. going to start by drizzling a bit of olive oil over my pan and letting it heat up, medium heat. I'm going to put in my garlic that's been sitting for about 10 minutes. I'm going to put in my 1 diced onion. Remember, you can use a shallot, you can use white onion, red onion, even green onion would be fine in this recipe. And you allow it to saute just for a few minutes so that it becomes really aromatic. It's been about 3 minutes. Stir it often so that it doesn't burn. And now I'm going to add my lentils that have been drained and rinsed. And I'm going to put that in to start browning. Give it a really good stir. So I've got my lentils, my onion, and my garlic. And then I'm going to add my seasonings. So I've measured out here 1/4 teaspoon of my cumin, my red pepper flakes, my chili powder, and my salt. And I'm going to put my seasonings in. All these seasonings add a lot of antioxidants. The smell is wonderful. It's best to cook this for about 7 or 8 minutes. What you want to do is you want to try and mash them a little bit. Mash the lentils with the back of a wooden spoon so that it becomes a little bit more crumbly. If the lentils start to dry out in the 7 or 8 minutes, just add a splash of water to the recipe, to the pan, and continue to give it a good thorough stir. Let the lentils absorb all of the delicious spices. And just a simple mashing of the lentils as they soften. My lentil tacos are ready to be served. I'm going to use a soft tortilla. You can use soft or hard shell tortillas. Try and look for one that's whole grain or whole wheat for extra added fiber. I'm going to take my tortilla, I'm going to put it on a plate, and I'm going to fix myself a lentil taco. So the first thing to do is to take your lentil mix that you just made, and I'm going to pat it in. It really mimics ground meat or chicken at this point. So just mashing it into your taco as if you were doing a chicken or a meat taco. And you can choose your toppings. So I'm gonna put a bit of shredded lettuce. I'm gonna put a bit of cilantro that I actually like. Some people don't like cilantro, and that's actually a genetic thing. I'm also going to put a bit of cut up avocado that I have. So just 1 or 2 pieces of avocado adds a really nice fat. And I'm going to drizzle it with a little bit of salsa. And voila, I have a taco wrap that I'm going to eat for lunch. Flavorful, delicious, and plant-based. Delicious. Enjoy. Now that we've enjoyed making our lentil tacos, let's go through a few food storage, safety, and cost-effective tips. Storage. When you're storing your taco filling, just simply put it in the fridge in an airtight container for up to 3 to 4 days, and you can reheat it using the microwave or on a skillet over medium heat. You can freeze this recipe very well. You can cook and cool the lentil taco filling. Once it's cooled, put it in the freezer in a freezer-safe bag or container for up to 4 to 6 months, and just take it out overnight, put it in the fridge, and let it defrost. Another great tip for your lentil taco is if you'd like sour cream on tacos, add plain Greek yogurt. Plain Greek yogurt is nutritious. It's got some calcium, it's got some protein, and so gives you lots more benefit than just sour cream. Remember, canned lentils are used in this recipe. They are affordable. It's easy to have a few cans in the fridge. Please remember to just rinse them through with water, to drain them, to get rid of any salt. If you feel more comfortable buying cans that don't have BPA in the lining, BPA is something that stands for bisphenol A, you can. And so organic cans like Eden Organic or Eve's have that available. Plant-based diets are a great way to decrease the risk of disease. If you are someone who eats meat and chicken every night, can you start with one plant-based or meatless meal a week? Great place to start. You don't have to become plant-based overnight, but one plant-based meal will go a long way. Thank you for joining me, and I wish you a week filled with healthy eating.